Any questions on lesson 2? James?
Give him permission.
Yes.
So from my side of the equation,
Yeah.
in my partnership with God,
Yeah.
it does feel like that.
It doesn't?
But God does not, it does.
Yeah.
But God does not need my permission to do anything.
No, you're giving permission to change you. He won't change you if you don't give him permission.
He changes a lot of people against their will.
Yeah. But he won't.
mean, but-
he won't keep you on the path
But
without your permission.
So
it's not permission to overrule God as God. It's permission to give him the power, which he already has, to do what he wants to do.
So it's just, it feels like
It's
that
another
from
word
my
for
side.
humble.
It is a matter of so because it feels like that from my side, because that is what I do. I ask him to change me, but what I'm actually doing is putting myself into submission under him. And
Can you do that all the time?
huh?
Can you do that all the time?
Can I give him permission to change me all the
No.
time?
Can you put yourself in submission of God all the time?
Not yet.
Okay,
But
so
I'm getting there.
okay, so you notice what he said. But that's what we're doing, right? But we can ask God to do what we can't do, which is put us under submission all the time. So even though, and I've heard this a dozen times by almost everyone in my class, I don't get this permission thing. Think of it as what Jesus says, it's humbling ourselves. I use those words because it's the easiest words I can think of. And James, you got some good words, and if you could put those in words that I can explain to people, we'll use those. But right now, I do it all the time, and it's working. If I give God permission, God, I want you to change me. Not only do I give you permission, I want you to change me. Change me here. See, I messed up. Change me. Change me. We will expedite that path.
How about the word acknowledge?
Acknowledge. Well, Satan acknowledges God's God. But we're talking about,
No, I meant acknowledging the fact that God can change you.
well, yeah, he can, but I want him to. So I'm going to ask him.
Well, it's like from my subjective place, and
It's hard. It's hard
My
to describe.
subjective place is having an argument with my theological knowledge, and that's the crux of the matter, because you're putting this into words that will help somebody who does not have the Spirit to find the Spirit. Now, dead people cannot ask to be saved because they're dead. Dead people can't get out of the grave.
Now you're
because
trying to use theology that doesn't quite play out in real life.
because they're dead. Lazarus couldn't get out of the tomb until Jesus told him to. So on one hand, these are all theological realities that are over here, and over here, in my subjective experience, God didn't save me until I begged him to do it.
Or you gave him permission to save you.
And then it took everything I had. I had to follow him with my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and I had to give up my everything. I had to die. I had to not look back once my hand was on the plow. I had to, all of those things, and at the same time, both realities are true.
There you go.
And so
I think-
I'm looking at this and going, is this sentence something that will cause somebody to stumble later when they bump into the reality that God is actually bigger than that? I don't know.
Because they asked for something and he didn't.
I would be open to you rewriting all of this in your words.